What is going on, Swoopers? Welcome back to another episode of Swoop Luke. In this episode, we'll be talking Tom Mitchell, Luke Ball, the Pies 2023. Let's get into it. I want you to cast your mind back to 2009, specifically the end of 2009. Collingwood lose a preliminary final to Geelong. We get absolutely trounced in that preliminary final. We go back to the drawing board. We think something needs to change. Something needs to happen. We need players around this playing group who were young, who were, under Mick Moldhouse. They had that spirit about them, but something just wasn't clicking. Step in the trade period. Now, 2009, there was a lot of things going on. Luke Ball desperately wanted to get to Collingwood. Luke Ball, the St Kilda superstar who had just played in a grand final with St Kilda, wanted to get to the Pies. And the Pies were just frothing at the mouth thinking, this is what we need. We need a player of Luke Ball's skill, Luke Ball's talent, Luke Ball's leadership to be a part of this team to take us to the next level. St Kilda, of course, weren't having any of it. He's a high draft pick, their best or one of their best players at the time. They weren't taking anything that Collingwood was throwing at them. We offered them pick 25 at one point on the last day of the trade period. We offered them pick 30 and Tyson Goldsack, which is insane because Tyson Goldsack will go on to score the first goal in the 2010 grand final against St Kilda. So that's a bit ironic, maybe not foreshadowing, but ironic either way. They weren't having any of it. And a trade fell through. We could not trade for Luke Ball, and Luke Ball walked to the preseason draft. Now, the preseason draft, Collingwood finished obviously after a preliminary final, so we didn't have the first pick or the second or the third or the fourth, etc., etc. It was an absolute nervous wait, but at pick 30, with all the other teams opting for youth, Collingwood pick up Luke Ball for nothing. Absolute peanuts. And we talk about, players coming for bags of chips or, a can of Coke. But Luke Ball came to Collingwood for nothing, like air, just absolutely for free, pretty much. St Kilda, because they played hardball, they could have gotten, pick 25. I don't even know who pick 25 was in the draft that year. But instead of playing hardball and taking draft picks off us and taking a player off us, they said, nah, line in the sand, he can walk if he wants. Walk he did, straight into Collingwood's lineup.
The stakes so high, Ball throws it on the boots, and like Swan before him, he's kicked a magnificent...
Free there, just watch... Just it came from the side, I think it might have been on Osborne at the time.
So Ball and Cripps, Marston.
And just for reference, of course, Darren Jolly comes in the 2009 trade period for picks 14, picks 46, and he goes into the 2010 premiership side as well. But our focus for this video is going to be Luke Ball and Tom Mitchell. The similarities. Is this what we need? How is it going to work? It's exciting. So after Luke Ball comes to Collingwood, he's 25 years old, joins us with Darren Jolly. 2010 was special for Collingwood and Collingwood supporters everywhere in the history of the club. 2010, we obviously win premiership. We draw in a grand final. We play a grand final the next week. We beat St Kilda. Of course, Luke Ball leads us to victory against his former club and obviously everyone else around him. Now, Luke Ball, Darren Jolly, two players we desperately needed at the football club. Like I mentioned, Luke Ball's leadership, his talent, his skill, his just presence around the ground was something that we were lacking, especially in 2009, in the lead up to 2010. And Luke Ball just added that shine and added that polish that we lacked, that we needed, and Darren Jolly was just the cherry on top. He was just phenomenal in the ruck. And those were two big catalysts into us winning the 2010 premiership. Now, fast forward all the way to 2022, and you can even probably go, 2022, 2020, 2019, 2018 as well, where, we lacked something. We lacked an in and under player. Yes, we had Sire at times, Rupert Wills as well, but, especially last year with Taylor Adams down, no Adam Treloar, no one sort of stepping up in that big in and under role, we just fell through. And yes, we were winning games, and yes, we got really close within a grand final, but it's sometimes those little cogs in football that can go a long way, because a little cog here or a little domino here sets off a big domino up here. And I think Tom Mitchell, and a lot of Collingwood supporters think that Tom Mitchell is that little domino that we need to set off a big domino at the end. Now, do I think that we're going to win a premiership in 2023? Look, I always want to say that we're going to win a premiership or we're in with a good shot. I think we're in with a good shot. Do I think we're going to win it? We'll see how the preseason plays out. Don't want to make too much of an early call at the moment. I think Tom Mitchell is on the precipice of being a Luke Ball style recruit. Yes, Luke Ball was 25 when he comes to the Pies. I think Tom Mitchell was 31 when he comes to Collingwood. He has that Brownlow. He comes to Collingwood because Hawthorn are just going to play youth. He wasn't getting his midfield minutes that he wanted. He was down on his disposal rate. Yes, we know Luke. I was going to call him Luke Ball. Yes, we know that Tom Mitchell racks up these numbers, and look, not a lot damaging by foot, but what he does is he's in and under, he's dishing it off to now Pendles, De Goey, Taylor Adams when he's back, Darcy Cameron, whoever else, he's dishing it off to in the middle. He's another midfielder that slots straight into our best 23 now, and just takes us to that next level. We might not have another 12 close games run because we're getting those clearances. That's something that we lacked in the last few years, especially last year. I think we were ranked 16th or 17th for clearances in the competition, and you can't win a lot of games where you're falling second to clearances. Clearances are a big thing. We know we don't have Brodie Grundy now, and Brodie Grundy was a clearance king at the Pies. We don't need that big ruckman. We got Darcy Cameron to do the job. What we need is someone who is going to get that hands on the ball first, get in and under, not afraid to put in the work, and get us those clearances. There's not much more to say. It's those clearances that are key to winning flags, I think, in my opinion. Now, Mitchell, yes, he was down on his numbers last year. He played 21 games, though. Probably wasn't going to get a lot of games this season at Hawthorn. I think he has a point to prove to not only himself, but the AFL community, to Hawthorn as well, saying, look what you have just lost, pretty much. Comes with that leadership, like I said, that 2018 Brownlow as well. These sort of things help the younger players. Like, okay, we've got another leader, and a very, very, very good example of this is when Tom Mitchell is leading these pre-season, or not even pre-season, pre-season training sessions. You see it. I'll put some photos and videos up now, but you see it on the on his Instagram, on Ball Magnets as well. See all of this. He's leading this resurgence of Collingwood, and he's grabbing these young players and saying, "Come with me. Let me take you under my wing. This is how I train. This is how hard I train. We're going to train Boxing Day. We're going to train New Year's Day. Bang, 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 bang." And I think it's just really good to see. I haven't seen a Collingwood team go this hard at training, besides like normal training, in a long, long time. And like I said, it's those little cogs, those little dominoes that create that everlasting effect. And we've got Tom Mitchell, and I was going to call him Luke Ball again. We've got Tom Mitchell on the list for a few years, and our window is now. Our time is now. So this could mean that this season we see a little bit of a different Collingwood midfield lineup. Does Lipinski move more to the wing with Tom Mitchell, obviously starting in our best 23, and he's going to be that in and under player? So do we see Lipinski move to the wing a little bit more, Josh Dacos on the other wing? Does Steel Sidebottom get a lot of games? Now, Steel Sidebottom a couple months ago came out and said, I'm 32, so I signed a contract extension, but if I'm not getting games, it's because, or I'm happy not to get games if it means that our squad depth is working. So what that kind of is saying to me is that Steel Sidebottom is ready to take one for the team on the wing, who had a phenomenal season last season. I'll admit I was a bit of a detractor from him at the end of 2021. Proved me wrong, and a lot of people wrong in 2022. Does he come out of the side for a little bit because Lipinski now will be on the wing? Tom Mitchell isn't there to make up numbers. Tom Mitchell isn't there to get 50 disposals a game. Tom Mitchell is there, in his 2018 Brownlow winning season, he had about 200 or so clearances. Now, is he going to get 200 clearances this season? I highly doubt it, but those are the numbers that we need. Those high number in the clearances. I don't care about 50, 60, 40 disposals. That's not what we recruited Tom Mitchell for. In and under. Might be a different look Collingwood in the midfield, but imagine Tom Mitchell in and under, hand passing to Jordan De Goey. Jordan De Goey going on a run, taking a bounce, kicking it in, tries to kick it to Mychek. Mychek brings it down to ground. Ginnivan or Bobby Hill grab the ball, snap, and goal. That is what we want to generate. Collingwood last season were very good at rebounding or scoring from rebounds, right? From after centre clearances. We conceded a lot of centre clearances. We conceded the ball. We were ranked 16th or 17th in clearances. So what used to happen was centre clearance, opposition team would get it. It would go into their forward line. We would rebound. We would run like crazy, and we will score off that. Now, that's amazing, and that is a great feather in our cap. But now we have to add another bow to the string, or another feather to the cap, or whatever the saying is, right? I'm not saying that the whole game plan is going to change because we have a Tom Mitchell. I'm saying that we are going to now hopefully score more from centre clearances and rely less on the rebound from 50. We know we can rebound from 50. We know we can score from that, which is amazing. But we know now with Tommy there that we will be able to hopefully generate scores from the centre. Now, Taylor Adams will be there as well. Jordan De Goey, Nick Dacos, Jack Crisp, Brayden Maynard when he pushes in there. Lipinski is going to come off the wing, run hard into there. So, yes, we can rebound from 50. Now we have to learn to score from the centre. We were 1 point off a grand final. You got to think that Sydney in that game put 72 points against us up until halftime. I'm not saying that someone like Tom Mitchell would have changed the whole entire game, but they scored or generated most of their points from the centre. We just couldn't keep up with them because we didn't have a Taylor Adams. We didn't have anyone that was going to go in and under like that. And, I'm not saying that Tom Mitchell is going to bring us home a 2023 premiership or a 2024 premiership. I'm saying that he is that missing little cog that goes into the middle cog, goes into a big cog, and goes into a huge cog. That is going to help Collingwood for the foreseeable future. And I am so bloody excited. I just want preseason games. I'm so excited to see Mitchell pull on the black and white stripes and run out with the team. But anyway, guys, that's just been my video on Luke Ball, not verse, but Luke Ball compared to Tom Mitchell, or Tom Mitchell compared to Luke Ball 2009 to 2022/23 season. Let me know your thoughts down below. Do you think Mitchell is going to be recruit of the season? Because I bloody well think so, and that might just be Collingwood bias. But let me know all your thoughts down below. But until then, like, comment, subscribe, tell your family, tell your friends, tell your pets, and until next time, double shackers, I'll swoop you later.